Hey guys, welcome to Men's Grooming Advice. If you're new here, I'm Bear Clark. Recently on Instagram I asked for your questions around skincare and anything you want to see on the channel, and here I'm going to go through just a few of them. So today's going to be a little bit different. Rather than a product review, today's going to be a Q&A. So I asked on Instagram recently for some questions and you kindly sent some through. So let's have a look at some of the ones we've got here. So here are some of the questions I've been asked. Brad asks, your channel intro mentions hair, but I don't think you've done a hair video yet. Very true. At least not one I've seen. Do you plan on doing some? I'm starting to get grey hairs and a little bit of hair loss, and all the other men's hair channels seem to be run by guys half my age. Yeah, that's very, very true, Brad. Very good question. Yes, I haven't done much in the way of hair videos. To be honest, sometimes because it's a little bit intimidating. Obviously, I follow some other channels, people like Alex Costa, etc., a man for himself, and they've always got amazing hair. Now, they're a lot younger than me, and they've obviously got hair that suits being styled to be particularly wow factor. I don't have wow factor hair. But in answer to your question, Brad, yes, I will be doing some hair videos. I'll do some regarding probably some of the basics, which some people ask me about, whether they should use a clay or a gel or a wax or a putty or a mousse or any of those sort of things. And specifically with regard to the hair loss and the grey, I am indeed planning some videos in the next couple of months. We'll be showing you some products to treat grey. So we'll actually go through it, we'll do some before pictures, show you using it, and after pictures so you can get an idea of what the results are. With regard to the hair loss rather than the greying, there are obviously some treatments available. I think it's Regain, I think it's called, is the one that's available in most chemists and pharmacies. Alexi S asks, are you naked when you do your bathroom videos? It just looks like it from your videos and the thumbnails. It might get more views. I think me being naked will probably get less. I think I'd lose all my subscribers. I'm fighting to get subscribers as it is with YouTube. I don't think I want to lose any more. No, I'm not naked, Lexi. I am not naked. I am naked from the waist upwards, but the bottom half is definitely very much covered. I wouldn't want to scare my cats any other way. Brandon asks, I'm 15 and even though I've been lucky with my acne, I do have very oily skin. You talk a lot about needing to moisturise, but should I moisturise with my skin this oily? Won't it just make it worse? Now, Brandon, that's a really good question because it's a common mistake. I don't want to say mistake, but a lot of people assume that if you're naturally oily, then putting moisturiser on your face is going to be the worst thing you can. With your skin needs a certain amount of moisture and a certain amount of oil to it, and what happens is if you take too much of that oilness away, it will actually overcompensate. This happens quite a bit, even for people who aren't particularly oily. This happens a lot for people who use scrubs, particularly physical scrubs. You can use a physical scrub, your skin feels lovely and smooth afterwards, but because you've scrubbed so far, you've actually taken away the essential oils that are on your face, because you do need some oil on your face. And the body responds by going, oh bugger, there's no oil there, I need to create more. So you actually get this negative feedback loop, as they talk about in medicine, where your body sees there's a deficiency and overcompensates for it. With regard to you using a moisturiser, definitely you should be using a moisturiser, but what you need to do is there's two things you need to get right first off. To begin with, you need to clean your face in such a way that it removes the oil but doesn't strip the oil. Whilst some of the clean and clear type washes and everything aren't quite so bad, I would still stay away from the strong astringents. Anything that is going to strip that oil away, and instead of making your face feel just supple and fairly smooth, if you actually use a product and then you run your hand over it and your face feels dry, that's stripped far too much and you must avoid it. For definite, you definitely do need to use a moisturiser. You just have to make sure you clean your skin first and then start to use a moisturiser that suits your skin afterwards. And it might take a little while before you find a moisturiser that suits your skin. Middomsley asks, he's actually asked this sort of thing a couple of times on the channel actually, have you ever thought about growing a moustache? Do give it a try, would look great and make the shaving videos that more interesting. I don't know guys, what would I look like with a moustache? I'm not sure. I'm not sure on that one. I have occasionally thought about the idea of sort of growing out and having the designer stubble type of look, but I've avoided that for two reasons. One is I think it's more suited to a younger guy, to be fair, and B is the majority of the other popular skincare male YouTubers have that, so I want to be different. And the other thing is, well, I love shaving. But let me know, guys, down in the comments below what you think about the idea of me growing a moustache, even if it's just to see what it looks like. I'm not convinced, but let me know if you disagree. Simply Claude asks, I'm enjoying watching your videos, thank you Claude. Any suggestions for Christmas presents, skincare for guys? If a guy is well into skincare, chances are they've been watching YouTube channels like this one and they know the products they want. But if it's a guy that wants that you want to buy skincare for, and actually I get a surprising number of girls that contact me via Instagram and say, look, I want to get my guy into skincare, I want him to take more care of his skin, what do I do? I would start with a good face wash. I would suggest something like CosRx's low pH gel cleanser. That's what I'm using at the moment. The packaging it doesn't look medical, but it certainly doesn't look fluffy, bunny, sort of high street, girly, glittery or anything else like that. So it's a fairly nondescript packaging that you could put on his shelf, which isn't going to look to him embarrassing if other guys come around. Get him used to washing his face and having that really clean feeling, because chances are he's been using some squirty soap or in the shower, just general purpose shower gel. So start by using a good quality face cleanser. Once he suddenly sees his face is cleaner, that is the inroad for you to say, well, I tell you what, your skin feels great. Because the thing is, guys, whether we like to admit it or not, we like to have positive affirmations. If we go to the gym, you know, we're doing it for ourselves. I know we're doing it for ourselves, but you'd look me in the eye and honestly tell me that you don't like it if somebody says to you, crikey, oh, you've got a nice pair of arms on you, or well, you go down the gym, I can tell that. We like it, okay? So if you get your guy something that's going to wash his face and he's going to be nice and clean, okay, you can just say to him, you can put it as a little extra present for Christmas or whatever, saying, look, you know, I know you work hard and maybe you don't get a chance to look after yourself. I just thought I'd spend a little bit more money on you, just so you can just, you know, get a nice clean face and everything else. It'd be nice before you come to bed and blah blah blah, whatever, however you want to sell it. Once they got used to that, you can then say, well, I tell you what, your skin feels brilliant, I love how your skin feels. That's going to trigger him to want to carry on doing that because he's getting a good positive response. You can then start saying, actually, do you know what, with your skin this good, you probably ought to use like a nice moisturiser to make sure, you know, it stays nice and keep it looking nice, and just introduce it that way. And when you get to the point where he starts saying, yeah, actually, do you know what, I wouldn't mind using a few bits and pieces on my face just to look after myself a bit more, obviously give them a link to this video. Marek asks, can you do more videos about skincare gadgets? I'm kind of a gadget person and really interested with gadgets that can also help my skin. And have you tried one of the pore suction gadgets that are available all over the place, especially Amazon? So two questions there. Yes, I will definitely be doing more skincare gadget videos because there's an awful lot of bits and pieces out on there. One of the ones I really like to try is that New Face, which is the one which puts the electrostimulation around and helps you tone up your skin, tone up the muscles underneath your skin. Trouble is with that, it's a couple of £100, and because I don't get any gifted skincare or any sponsored videos at the moment at all, it would mean me having to spend that money on my own, which is a little bit much at the moment. But I would definitely be trying more gadgets, from the little cheapies around to the more expensive things. Another one that people have asked me about is the light mask. You know, that's supposed to be good for acne or rejuvenating the skin, where you put the mask on and it shines certain spectrum of light on your skin. No idea if that works, but again, it's one of those things, it's bloody expensive, so I'd probably have to wait to either save up for it or maybe until the channel's a little bit bigger and I actually start getting some free stuff. The pore suction gadgets, you've no doubt seen them. They look like a small torch with a little angle on the end, and basically battery powered, majority of them, and you put them onto your face and there's a suction and it pulls out the sebum, pulls out the blackhead, lovely clear skin. Pile of crap. Don't bother. Waste of time, make your skin worse, not better. Because what you actually do when you put that much suction force onto a piece of your skin is you actually cause micro trauma around the skin. One of the reasons most of our skincare enthusiasts now don't use physical scrubs is because those tiny little shards of seeds or walnut or whatever actually, when you go onto your face, causes that micro trauma that you can't see immediately, but it grows, it builds up. If you start using these suction pore things, you're putting a hell of a lot of pressure, point pressure, on different parts of your skin. Your skin is surprisingly delicate. And if you start doing that for a while, you're going to start finding that you get red patches and soreness and irritation. Far, far better is to use, if you have to really get them out, you could use a pore strip, although I'm not a fan of them. I would definitely say, rather than doing that, if you've got particularly large blackheads, a couple of them maybe on your nose, and they're really bugging you, you want to get rid of them, have a shower, nice hot shower, gently loosen up the pores. They don't actually open and close, you can't open and close pores, but it will loosen the gunk up in the pores, and then use one of those little metal individual pushers which uses far less pressure to push down, just push down onto the skin so the blackhead pops up and then move sideways across to get rid of it. Once you've done that, very important, once you've done that, get a little dab of surgical spirit on a cotton pad and just wipe over the skin, just a little bit, just stops any infection getting in there. Bonnie J Man, interesting name, Bonnie J Man asks, I don't mind taking time sorting out my skin at night, but I just don't have the time for a fancy routine first thing in the morning. Any tips on getting ready, or a video showing what you do if you're in a hurry? Very helpful channel, by the way. Well, thank you, Bonnie J Man, it's very kind of you to say so. So yeah, obviously the nighttime routine, I have done a nighttime routine video, and it probably takes me on average, I'd say a good 10-12 minutes to get ready at night, so not a lot of time once you get into it. But when you're starting out, when people say, right, okay, well, you need to use an oil cleanser followed by a water cleanser, and then you need to use a toner, and then an essence, and then 1 or 2 serums, and then you want your moisturiser, and then your eye cream and your lip mask. There's an awful lot to do, and in the morning there's just not enough time. So I will do a video in the next couple of months that is specifically for getting ready in a hurry, what to do, in what order to make the best of it. There's certain things you can do if you're really in a hurry. So for a start, you just single cleanse rather than double cleanse. Toner, a couple of drips of your toner in your hand, pat it into your face, it will dry off pretty quick. Get your moisturiser, if you've got a serum, drop the serum in the moisturiser, hands together, over the face, and then follow up with your sunscreen. Whoosh, out the door. Holly asks, I enjoyed your videos about Korean sheet masks as I've been looking to try some myself. Thank you, Holly. Are you intending to do more Korean reviews as it seems so popular at the moment? Sorry if it's weird to have a go asking for reviews on a men's channel. Well, Holly, it is not weird at all. I get a great number of comments on Instagram and a lot of DMs via Instagram from you girls, so it's not weird at all. At the end of the day, we all want to have nice skin, whether it's for ourselves or our boyfriends, girlfriends, whatever. We want to have nice skin, so feel free, ask away anytime you like. I am going to be doing more Korean reviews, definitely. I have been, I wouldn't say necessarily late to the party, but when I started this channel, which is, I mean, it's less than a year old, this channel, so it's very new. When I started this channel, it's very much looking at skincare that you could go out and buy in most UK stores or online very easily. And the Korean, I can't walk into any UK shop that I know of. Perhaps there might be a couple of specialist ones in central London, but I don't live in London. I can't walk into anywhere and just go and buy some CosRx off the shelf, or buy some Innisfree, or go get some Youth to the People, for instance. It's very limited in the UK to the big name brands, your Clinique, your L'Oreal's, LMS, etc. So to begin with, I started very much with those, but as the buzz was picking up about K-beauty and Korean skincare, I decided to give some things a try, and I've been extremely impressed with the Korean skincare, like blown away impressed. The percentage of the active ingredients they have is far, far and away more than you get in an American or UK or European skincare brand. So definitely, Holly, I will be doing more skincare reviews. If there's anything particular you want, just let me know in the comments below, and by all means share the video with your female friends. Jose M asks, great channel, man. Well, thank you very much, Jose. Wondering, have you ever given something a good review and then changed your mind later? Ooh, good question. Not necessarily changed my mind, but would have done it differently, and that's for the Kiehl's facial wash. This is one of the first videos I did, their face wash, and it's a really, really good face wash. I gave it a good recommendation. I was loving it at the time. What I hadn't clicked at the time when I was using it, and it only became obvious after I've been using it a couple of months, was that although it was great at washing my face, it was lovely for like waking you up and giving you that zing in the morning, the menthol etc. that gives it that zing was also very, very drying. So what I should have said at the time was, this is an ideal face wash for younger guys, and I still hold to that. If you're looking for a great face wash for waking you up in the morning, getting you going, and you're a younger guy, particularly if you've got slightly oilier skin, then the Kiehl's face wash is great. But for older guys, for guys like my age, guys that are particularly sensitive skin or drier skin, then I would say that the Kiehl's is not particularly for you. So I didn't so much change my mind and decide that I didn't like Kiehl's anymore. It's just I realised that I'd sort of said, yes, this is brilliant for everyone, when really I should have said it was brilliant for some people. Hope that makes sense. And the last question for today, Fortnite Noobs asks, Bear, you've done some videos about getting confident in interviews, but would you do some about talking to girls? I find it really difficult to start conversations, particularly when there is a group of people around. I know it's stupid and I feel kind of bad asking. It's not stupid, and you should absolutely not feel bad about asking about it. Talking to the female sex, or talking to another guy, if that's what floats your boat, speaking to somebody who you want to build a relationship with, or think you may want to, is one of the scariest things you can do. As human beings, we crave to be loved, we crave attention, we crave warmth, and that also means that we are very, very scared internally of rejection. It's just the way we're wired. Our brain is wired that way. We want to be accepted into a clan, into a pack. You want to get a good response, and the idea of not getting a good response, particularly if it's in front of other people, is very, very scary. I've been there before. I pretty much guess every guy that watches this has been there before, so please do not apologise. It's not a stupid thing to ask at all. Yes, if you want me to do some videos about confidence, I'm more than happy doing that. The key thing I would say is, don't ever think somebody's out of your league, okay? This out of your league business is bollocks, okay? Forget it, alright? This girl that you might like might be the hottest girl in school, okay? But it doesn't mean she's better than you, or better than any of the other girls. Just because she's thin doesn't make her better than the less thin girls. Because she's the first girl to get boobs in the class, she's not the best girl in the school because she's got boobs, okay? So no one's out of your league, alright? Anyone that acts like they're out of your league, you don't need them in your life. Alright, that sort of person is poison. If they think they're so brilliant, that they're so good that they couldn't possibly look at somebody like you, forget them, alright? Forget them. Don't waste your breath, don't waste your time on someone that is that stuck up, so full of themselves that they think they're special, alright? They're not. If you don't ask, you don't know. I'll give you an example. When I started secondary school, there was a very petite, really pretty Scottish girl called Sharon, and from day one I thought, wow, she's lovely, I really like her, but you know, she was popular and everything else, so I was still not very not very confident. Just started a new school, just moved to the area. On the last night, we had like the end of school disco. Sharon was there. I started chatting to her about something. Obviously we've just hit 16, so we were actually, we snuck a few drinks into the school disco, as you do, and she turned around and said to me, she goes, do you know what, I've fancied you like crazy the whole last 5 years. I wish you'd asked me out, or something to that effect. And I was gobsmacked, because I just thought, wow, I've lost 5 years. I could have asked her out 5 years ago. So don't assume that the answer's going to be no to a question you ask. The other thing I would say is confidence, not arrogance. Women, girls, do not like arrogance. Confidence, they love. If you can hold yourself with confidence, the way you stand, the way you talk, the way your body language is, if that projects confidence, that will attract people to you. Whether it's work colleagues, whether it's girls that you want to dance with at the club, whatever it is, it brings people to you. Arrogance, on the other hand, will not. Walking into a club or a bar, swaying your shoulders, trying to flex if you've got a little bit of muscle, nose up in the air, looking around as if you're something special. No, that's a turn off. You may well pull some Tracy who's totally drunk, who thinks, oh wow, you're lovely, look at your muscles, oh. But other than that, no. It's not a good look, okay? Confidence, not arrogance, and a lot of guys fail to realise the difference. But yes, in answer to your question, Fortnite noobs, I will do videos about confidence, how to start conversations. Let me know in the comment section below if there's something you particularly want. And that's about it, guys. That's the answers for today. Sorry if I didn't get round to answering your particular questions. Best thing to do is DM me via Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, why the hell not? That's at Men's Grooming Advice. I do read every single message I get. It's been great chatting to you guys. I really appreciate being able to spend time with you. Keep the questions coming. Don't forget to give a like, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I've been Bear Clark. You've been amazing, and I'll see you again next time.